Barnaby was a hamster, no bigger than a teacup, with soft, cinnamon-colored fur and bright, curious eyes. His home was a magnificent golden cage filled with all a hamster could wish for. A cozy, fluffy bed perfect for naps, a sparkling water bottle that dripped cool, clear water, and a shiny, red exercise wheel that went squeak, squeak, squeak with every joyful spin. Barnaby loved his home. He truly did. It was safe, warm, and full of delicious sunflower seeds. Yet, deep inside his tiny hamster heart, Barnaby held a secret wish, a dream whispered only to the softest corners of his bed. He longed to see the great green beyond. This beyond wasn't some faraway land. It was just outside the window, the vast, mysterious backyard, a place of towering green blades of grass, colorful petals, and buzzing, fluttering things he could only imagine. From his cage, it looked like an endless jungle, a world far too big for a hamster as small as him. He often pressed his little nose against the bars, watching the leaves dance in the wind, a tiny sigh escaping his lips. He felt a mix of wonder and a little bit of fear. Could a hamster as small as he ever truly explore such a grand place? One sunny afternoon, a most extraordinary thing happened. Barnaby's human friend, Lily, had been playing near his cage, and in her haste to chase a bouncing ball, she had forgotten to click the cage door shut. It hung ever so slightly ajar, a tiny gap, but to Barnaby it was a gaping portal. His little pink nose twitched. He nudged the door gently. Creak! It swung open just enough for him to squeeze through. His heart thumped like a tiny drum against his ribs. This was it! He took a deep breath, a brave little breath, and stepped out. The carpet beneath his paws felt utterly magnificent, like walking on a giant, fluffy, beige cloud. Each step was an adventure, a soft, sinking sensation he'd never known. He waddled across the vast expanse of the living room floor, his whiskers twitching with every new scent. The air smelled different here, not just of hamster bedding and sunflower seeds, but of sunshine and something fresh and earthy. He finally reached the towering glass door that led to the great green beyond. Through it, he saw a world bursting with color, a vibrant yellow butterfly with black spots gently landing on a bright pink daisy. It was even more beautiful than he had imagined. Barnaby pushed against the glass, his tiny paws leaving a faint smudge. He wanted to be out there among the flowers and the butterflies. Just then, Lily's mom opened the glass door to water her plants, and Barnaby, quick as a flash, scurried through the narrow opening before anyone noticed. He was outside. The grass was indeed a towering jungle, each blade a giant tree. The sun felt warm on his fur, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves, making a soft, whispering sound. He took a tentative step, then another. A giant, glistening dewdrop, left over from a morning shower, sat on a leaf, sparkling like a diamond. Barnaby carefully sniffed it, then took a tiny sip. It was the freshest water he had ever tasted. But then, a sudden, loud buzz startled him. A huge, fuzzy bumblebee, as big as his head, zoomed past, heading straight for a patch of purple lavender. Barnaby froze, his tiny body trembling. The world felt so big, so full of unknown sounds and creatures. He felt a pang of fear, a longing for the safety of his golden cage. He was so small, and the backyard was so enormous. He scurried under a broad leaf, hiding, his heart still racing. He wondered if he had been foolish to venture out. Maybe the great green beyond was too much for a little hamster like him. As he huddled under the leaf, a tiny ladybug with bright red wings and black spots crawled past him, completely unafraid. It seemed to be on its own little adventure, navigating the giant blades of grass with purpose. Watching the ladybug, Barnaby felt a tiny spark rekindle within him. The ladybug was small too, but it wasn't hiding. He peeked out from under the leaf. The bumblebee was now gently buzzing around the lavender, collecting nectar, completely oblivious to Barnaby. The world wasn't trying to scare him. It was just being itself. He realized that courage wasn't about not being scared, but about being scared and still taking a tiny step forward. He didn't need to explore the entire backyard in one day. Just seeing the butterfly, tasting the dewdrop, and watching the bee was enough for now. He had faced his fear, even if it was just the fear of a buzzing bee. With a newfound sense of quiet pride, Barnaby carefully made his way back towards the glass door, following the scent of his home. Lily's mom, now finished watering, was just about to close the door when Barnaby, with a final burst of speed, darted back inside. He scurried back to his golden cage, slipping through the still ajar door. He curled up in his soft bed, feeling tired but wonderfully content. The great green beyond was still out there, vast and mysterious, but now it wasn't just a dream. It was a place he had touched, tasted, and bravely explored. And Barnaby, the tiny hamster, knew that even though he was small, his heart was big enough for any adventure, one brave little step at a time. He closed his eyes, dreaming of more green blades and sparkling dewdrops, a truly brave hamster indeed.